though. Get drunk.
No, my lady. Can I get you anything else?
No, this will do nicely, thank you.
Oh,
Kidney
hot
pie
pie.
is wonderful.
Thanks. See, a lot of people give up on the gravy. You cannot give up on the gravy.
They just want to
No
eat.
gravy, no pie. Simple as that. It's nice armour. You a knight?
No.
Starks. What, like them lot from Winterhell?
Went to hell. I thought he would have got it right by now.
Oh, they was all traitors. Don't need no traitors in here.
I pledged my life to their mother, Catelyn Stark. I swore to her I'd bring her daughters home.
My lady, my lord, can I have a word?
What about? Not kidney pie?
You seem like a proper lady. You know, someone who could be trusted. Never met no Sansa Stark. But I know her sister, Arya.
No one's seen Arya Stark since her father was beheaded. She's presumed dead.
She was all dressed up as a boy. Or like your ladyship, only without the armour. Going by the name Arya.
So what happened to her?
Well,
The quick version.
the Lannisters took us prisoner. If you find her, could you give her this? She's like the last one I gave her, but well, this one turned out better.
Oh, is that a wolf one?
You were saying? Why the earring?
Her aunt, Lysa Arryn, Catelyn Stark's sister. She's Arya's last living relative with money. Lord Tyrion made sure I knew which house married which and who hated who.
Sansa could be there too.
Aye, my lady. Could be.
So are they gonna go after Arya, or are they gonna go after Sansa? I called it.
I imagined you'd be back at the brothel at this hour.
I did spend some time with an absolutely stunning blonde the other day. Cersei approached me. We spoke a great deal about her daughter. She was trying very hard to pretend she had not come to sway me against you. I think she may have even believed it herself.
Making honest feelings do dishonest work is one of her many gifts.
It is rare to meet a Lannister who shares my enthusiasm for dead Lannisters. She desperately wants to see you killed.
She didn't need to bother you. It looks as though I've taken care of that myself.
We met, you and I, many years ago.
I think I would have remembered that.
Unlikely, you had just been born. All anyone talked about was the monster that had been born to Tywin Lannister. A head twice the size of his body, a tail between his legs, claws, one red eye. The privates of both a girl and a boy. She and your brother took us to your nursery and she unveiled the freak. Your head was a bit large, your arms and legs were a bit small, but no claw. No red eye, no tail between your legs. We didn't try to hide our disappointment. That's not a monster, I told Cersei. That's just a baby. And she said he killed my mother. And she pinched your little cock so hard I thought she might pull it off until your brother made her stop. It doesn't matter, she told us. Everyone says he will die soon. I hope they are right. He should not have lived this long.
Sooner or later, Cersei always gets what she wants.
I want to bring those who have wronged me to justice, and all those who have wronged me.
Cersei has been
right
evil
here.
from get-go and towards
I will begin with
Tyrion.
Sir Gregor Clegane, who killed my sister's children and then raped her with their blood still on his hands before killing her too. I will be your champion.
Let's put a moon door in your Winterfell.
All right. It can go
In here, in this big
Be
tower.
careful. You've ruined it. Now I'm going to have to rebuild the whole
I
thing.
didn't ruin it.
You did.
It was already ruined because it didn't have a moon door. I was fixing it.
Knocking things down isn't fixing them, it's ruining
I
them.
didn't ruin it.
You're being stupid.
I didn't ruin it.
Ooh.
Robin, I'm sorry.
Children,
If he tells Aunt Lysa,
let me worry about Aunt Lysa.
why did you really kill Joffrey? Tell me why.
I think he's realizing he can't manipulate her.
I loved your mother more than you could ever know. Given the opportunity, what do we do to those who've hurt the ones we love? In a better world, one where love could overcome strength and duty, you might have been my child. But we don't live in that world. You're more beautiful than she ever was.
Lord Baelish.
Call me Peter.
Oh no. Oh shit. Ah,
You wanted to see me, Aunt Lysa?
oh shit, she's gonna push her over. Or is he using Sansa to make an excuse to
Do you
get...
know how far the fall is?
No.
Neither do I precisely. Hundreds of feet. I know what you did.
I'm so sorry, Aunt Lysa. I never should have hit Robin. I know it. I promise it won't
Be
happen.
coy with me, you little whore. You kissed him. You kissed Peter.
I didn't. You don't understand.
I saw you. You can't lie to me because I saw it with my own eyes.
He kissed me. I pulled away.
Liar! Whore! He is mine! My father, my husband, my sister, they all stood between us and now they're all dead. That's what happens to people who stand between Peter and me. Down, down!
Lysa! Let her go. Let her go.
She's just like her mother. She'll never love you. I lied for you. I killed for you. Why did you bring her here? Why?
I'll send her away. I swear on my life.
Oh, this is so messed up, man.
Oh, my sweet wife.
Oh, they're married now, so he doesn't actually need her.
Silly wife. I have only loved one woman. Only one. My entire life.
That's not you.
Your sister.
Shit. Oh, that went quick. Wow. So yet another amazing episode. I I know I keep saying it, but it just gets better and better and more twisted. And yeah, so yeah, let's go through it. So yeah, like I said, on YouTube, it's going to be a cut down version of the review. Then we had the scene with Oberyn and Tyrion, and that was a very touching scene. Yeah, Oberyn came down because obviously the Mountain is going to be the champion for Joffrey, and Oberyn, yeah, he wants to kill the Mountain for obvious reasons. So he came down and spoke to Tyrion, and Tyrion just thought he was there to sort of throw it in his face that yeah, you're gonna die, because Tyrion knows that Oberyn wants all the Lannisters to die, basically. So I thought, apart from Tyrion, and Oberyn told Tyrion about the time that he met Tyrion. Obviously, Tyrion didn't know it because he was just a baby, and the rumors about Tyrion that he was a monster and he had a tail and all these horrible things, absolutely disgraceful. And I mean, you can sort of understand Oberyn as a child, you'd want to see that because, they've been told all these ridiculous stories. So yeah, he wants to see it because it's interesting to a kid, isn't it? And yeah, they went to Casterly Rock, and already at that time, Cersei was just an absolute cruel little kid, wasn't she? Because yes, she hated. I think she's always hated Tyrion, and I think that's probably because of Tywin. Because I think Tywin just to put lies and stuff in their heads to try and yeah, make them hate Tyrion, if you understand what I mean. So I don't think I mean, Cersei would have been a little kid. She wouldn't just have gotten that hate just from, somebody would have told her that Tyrion killed their mother, and that would be Tywin. So, yeah, I think even then Tywin probably hoped that, somebody would kill Tyrion. But yeah, so yeah, Oberyn went to see Tyrion, and he told the story of what Cersei did to Tyrion while he was there. I mean, absolute cruel, and it really makes you feel for him, And Jaime was trying to stop Cersei from pulling at Tyrion, and yeah, it just shows Cersei. She's always been like that. And Oberyn was like, he was disappointed because all these things about Tyrion being a monster obviously wasn't true. He was just saying basically that, he was disappointed because he was expecting a monster and it was a little baby. Yeah, his head was a bit small. His head was a bit bigger and his limbs were a bit smaller, but he wasn't a monster. He was just a baby. So that was really touching. The fact that Tyrion was told that story. It just confirmed as well that Cersei always hated him, and Oberyn understood that even as a child. Oberyn understood that Tyrion was just a baby. There was nothing really different about him apart from his head was being a bit bigger and that. So yeah, Oberyn never judged Tyrion, which I quite like, and yeah, it's a very touching scene between those two. And then obviously Oberyn was like, yeah, I want to be I'll be your champion because I want to kill the Mountain. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, Robin sort of accidentally hit one of the towers, and then obviously Sansa got a bit angry, and then Robin got angry, and Robin retaliated by kicking at the town that or city that Sansa had built. So yeah, Sansa slapped Robin, and Robin ran off, and it was like, oh no, he's gonna run to Lysa, and tell on Sansa. And I thought that's it. Sansa's gonna be put in one of the prison cells because obviously you can't hurt this kid. But yeah, Littlefinger came down, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought, yeah, I don't know, it's so twisted. Yeah, but obviously Littlefinger was saying, well, his mother, Robin's mother should have done that a long time ago, and maybe he wouldn't have been the way he was if she had done. So he's basically saying that Robin needed discipline, and he's never had that, so he quite liked that Sansa did that. It turned a bit darker there, didn't it? Because he did tell Sansa that, you know, he's always loved Sansa's mom, and it came out that I think the whole reason why he's said all these things off is because I think at the beginning it was power, because he wanted the Vale. I don't know if that was to be close with Cat, but yeah, it's so confusing. But yeah, and then obviously Cat got murdered by the orders of the Lannisters, and Littlefinger cannot have that, because anybody who hurts his love, he wants revenge. So obviously he wants the Lannisters. That's why he wants the Lannisters dead, because they hurt his love. Obviously she's dead, Cat. So Sansa is the next best thing, and yeah, he tried to kiss Sansa. So I don't know if he's so set on Sansa now, because she reminds Littlefinger of her mother, and that's become an obsession to Littlefinger. I don't know, but obviously Lysa saw that, and yeah, she's very possessive, obsessed as well with Littlefinger. So yeah, she's gonna want Sansa dead, isn't she? I think probably Littlefinger knew she was watching, and yeah, he doesn't care about Lysa at all, does he? He's set on Sansa now. So so we had the scene with Lysa calling Sansa into the moon door, and I was like, oh no, there's gonna be a fight, and Sansa's gonna have to push Lysa in the, well, down the hole, but it didn't turn out that way. But yeah, obviously Lysa was jealous about the fact that Littlefinger kissed Sansa, and in her eyes, obviously Littlefinger wouldn't have made the move. It was Sansa, so that's all she saw, Sansa kissing Littlefinger, and she had to revenge that, and not revenge, but to be punished, and she tried to push Sansa in the well, moon door. It didn't quite work, and the Littlefinger came in and was like, no, you can't do that, and all this and that, and yeah, obviously he convinced Lisa not to push Sansa through there, and he got close to Lysa, and basically told Lysa that there was only one woman he ever loved, and that was not Lysa, and then he pushed her over. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I did have my prediction that Littlefinger was going to go to the Vale, try and marry Lisa. She wasn't going to have it, and she was going to push Littlefinger through the moon door. It turned out it was just the other way around. So yeah, I knew somebody was going to get pushed through, but well, I predicted somebody was going to get pushed through, but not that way and not that person. So yeah, very good episode, but yeah, it's getting really yeah, it's getting good. It's unbelievable, and I can't even talk. It's ridiculous. So yeah, my top 5 is number 1 is Oberyn. I love the fact that he has compassion. I completely got this guy wrong, but yeah, he has compassion towards people, and I think in that way he's quite similar to Tyrion. They're sort of like kindred spirits. He doesn't see people for, like with Tyrion, he didn't see Tyrion as a monster. He saw him as a person, and he doesn't buy into all these things that people tell him. And yeah, he respects people for how they behave, and not for, you know, how they were born or what they look like and that. So I have a lot of respect for this guy. I love that. I mean, obviously he had a motive for wanting to be Tyrion's champion, but I think as well as that he had a sympathy for Tyrion, the way that Tyrion's been treated. He doesn't feel like people should be treated that way at all. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. So I love the fact that you know, he's on Tyrion's side. He understands Tyrion and that. So it might not be his main motive, but yeah, I love the fact that he told Tyrion the story of how he saw Tyrion. So yeah, number 2 is Arya. She's sort of learning from the Hound, and well, they're learning from each other, I think. And I love the fact that even though Arya has been hating the Hound, and the Hound is on her list, she wanted to help the Hound with the wound that he got, and because obviously didn't want to get it infected and that, and yeah, it just shows, you know, she's starting to learn that everything isn't quite as what it seems. You know, there's a reason why people are the way they are, and yeah, she got the story from the Hound why why they were quite similar. So I quite love that. So yeah, Arya is my number 2. Number 3 is Sansa. I think she is quite switched on, and yeah, I just love the fact that she's not. It's like the little finger. He can't manipulate Sansa. Sansa can think for herself. You know, she doesn't buy into, you know, the whispering he's coming out with like other people. Yeah, he's not able to manipulate her, and I quite respect her for that. She's not a yes, 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 I believe everything you say. I think partly because Littlefinger has told her, you know, don't trust anybody because everybody lies. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of respect for Sansa, so she's my number 3. Number 4 is the Hound. Again, you know, it's quite a sad story, and he has been on his own all his life. But as well as that, now he is teaching Arya basically how to survive and how to kill people. That's not a good thing, but he showed her like the mercy kill, how to do that, and obviously she used that to kill the guy that she wanted revenge on. But yeah, I think he's sort of teaching her survival. So I quite like the Hound. You know, he isn't just black and white with him. There's definitely a grey area, and yeah, I love that. So yeah, number 5 is Tyrion. I can understand why he was trying to get people to fight for his life. You know, I mean, nobody wants to die, do they? So yeah, he was trying to get Jaime, and then Bronn, and then well, Oberyn came in, and basically Oberyn said, "Yeah, I'll be your champion," which Tyrion didn't expect. So you don't understand, you know, Tyrion is in a desperate situation. You know, he's not gonna like sacrifice who he is, you know, to I can't explain it, but yeah. He's definitely he's always going to be a favorite of mine. So yeah, he's my number 5. Bottom 1 is who is the bottom? Littlefinger is yeah, her number 1. He is quite scary, and yeah, he obviously got his eyes on Sansa because yeah, Sansa is the next best thing. But yeah, he's quite dangerous, isn't he? I like the fact that he wants, you know, revenge on the Lannisters. I mean, apart from Tyrion, I don't want revenge on that. But yeah, I like the fact that he does that. But he's a very dangerous guy, very manipulative, and I mean the fact that here he had no problem killing Lysa. So. Yeah, he's my number 1. Number 2 is the priestess. I just don't understand the whole God of Lights. I just something about her that doesn't sit right with me, and it's really hard to explain. But yeah, how she was sort of manipulating Lysa, not Lysa, Selyse in this scene here, were. Yeah, it just doesn't sit. I can't explain it, but yeah, she doesn't sit right with me. So she's my number 2. Is it 2? Yeah. Number 3 is Lysa. well, she's no more, is she? But yeah, she's very obsessed with Littlefinger, isn't she? And yeah, she's not right in her head. She never has been. So yeah, the fact that just because Littlefinger told her to basically kill her husband, she did it. I mean, no. And here, obviously, she wanted to kill Sansa because allegedly Sansa was the one who initiated the kiss. So yeah, no, she's my number 3. She's gone now, but yeah, it is what it is. Number 4 is Thorn. Again, he's willing to sacrifice a lot of people basically because of his pride, and he doesn't want to listen to Jon. So if the wildlings and the White Walkers flood through the tunnels, then a lot of people are gonna suffer. So yeah, he's my number 4, and number 5 is Janos. Exactly the same thing, but I think Thorn was a little bit worse. So yeah, that was my top and bottom 5. The title of the episode was Mockingbird, and the Mockingbird is the sigil for Littlefinger, but I think the Mockingbird initially was cat, because a mockingbird is like somebody you need to protect, and it's like innocence and that. So yeah, I think initially the mockingbird was cat. So he took that as he needs to protect the mockingbird, and that's why he got the sigil. He sees himself as a protector of the mockingbird. Obviously, he couldn't protect cat, so yeah, obviously he wants revenge for that, and now the new mockingbird is Sansa, because he is innocent, and he needs to protect her. So yeah, I thought that's quite clever of him to use that as a sigil, as like a protector of sort of like not the weak, but like the innocents. So that's sort of how I understand the Mockingbird title to be for this episode. It was about basically Littlefinger protecting Sansa, I think. I suppose in a way Oberyn could be the protector of Tyrion, but not quite the Mockingbird way. It's more revenge for him, and I think as well, like with Arya, she wanted to protect and help the Hound. So yeah, there's quite a few sort of relationships where in this episode where one wanted to protect the other. So yeah, it was quite an interesting title and quite an interesting episode. So yeah, I love that. So yeah, I think that's about it. And yeah, like I said before, guys, if you have any questions you would like me to add to the season finale extras, let me know. It doesn't have to be about this season. It could just be anything Game of Thrones related. If you have anything like that, yeah, please feel free to put them in the comments. And yeah, that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.